Multi-phone business exchange is where you can set up your business call flow using a simple drag-and-drop web interface. Just take any of the menu objects and drag into your working area. In this video, we will create a basic call flow with one inbound phone number, a single user, and one SIP device. We will also configure the voicemail to email feature. Please note, objects like inbound number, device, and some others should be purchased via the Order Services tab. For this example, we've bought an inbound phone number, a user, and device license. Let's start with the inbound phone number object. Drag and drop it into the working area and click the gear button to configure. Type in a name for this object. Select the number you bought earlier from the list of available numbers. Then click the right arrow to add it to the call flow. You can choose multiple numbers within the same object and link them all to the subsequent element in the call flow. Alternatively, you can create several inbound number objects and direct each to different parts of the call flow. Now we just click Save. Imagine redirecting this incoming number to an external one. For instance, you might use a virtual receptionist service to handle your calls. To do this, take a call diversion object. Click on the gear button. Specify an external phone number to divert calls to by clicking Add. External number, type in the number. And then click Add one more time. You can add multiple external numbers and select ring mode to ring all of them together at the same time, or hunt, where the system will ring each number in sequence one after another. You can also adjust ring time using the slider. The on-off toggle switch can be used to temporarily disable diversion. The little cross that shows up when you mouse over here allows you to remove this number from the group. You can mouse over other settings to get hints with descriptions about what functions it performs. For this example, we will switch on Call Confirm feature because we don't want calls being connected to remote voicemail systems if our virtual assistant is unavailable. Last step is to type in the name and click the Save button. Now that we have two objects, we can link them together to create a very simple call flow. If that's all you need, just hit the Apply Configuration button, and now your inbound phone number is forwarded to an external phone number. Say now you decided to connect an IP phone to the system so you can make and receive calls. We will also adjust the call routing so your line receives calls first before they're redirected to your virtual receptionist. First, we need to create and configure a user object, then create a SIP device linked to this new user object. Let's insert a new user object in between the existing inbound number and call diversion. To configure object, click on the gear button and enter name for this user. You can also modify default internal number if required. Next, choose a call plan. If you don't want this user making outbound calls, leave the field as not selected. The dial plan field lets you set default locations for this user and a prefix the system adds to numbers they dial. The caller ID field lets you choose which number appears as your caller ID during outgoing calls. In the options area, you can set outbound call recordings to be emailed to a specific address. All call recordings and voicemails are instantly emailed and not saved by the system. For recording incoming calls, you can utilize the call recording feature from the main menu. Simply add it into the call routing. Here, you can pick hold music and turn on the call confirm feature. Next, we have to put in ways to get in touch with a user. This could be a VoIP phone, an outside number, or a Skype for Business account. Each VoIP phone requires a single SIP device account to be configured. Now, because we want to connect to a VoIP phone, we will select a SIP device in this dropdown. We haven't set up any SIP devices yet. The system will prompt us to create one. We could do it here by simply clicking on the Create New SIP Device button, or by using SIP Devices menu at the bottom section of the main screen. Let's just click the Create New SIP Device button. Check the newly created SIP device box to add it to this user. The first SIP device could be for your desk phone. You can add more devices here if needed, for instance, for your smartphone or laptop. You can also specify external phone numbers, such as your mobile, so you can receive calls even when you're out of the office. It might be smart to turn on the Call Confirm option if you've got numbers from outside in your user profile to stop calls from reaching your mobile's answering machine. Please note, It is important to click the Apply Configuration button if you created a new SIP device before trying to register your handset. Click Save and Apply Configuration button. If the call is not answered by you or your virtual assistant, we want it to be sent to a voicemail. Let's take Voicemail Object. Click on Gear button, enter the name for this voicemail, and enter email address where you want recorded voicemails to be sent to. You're able to add several email addresses if needed. Time to record a voicemail greeting. Pick from our standard greeting or opt for none at all.
Greeting
Custom.
or ingrading.
Select Custom Greeting. You can see two buttons. Green allows you to upload a WAV file. Red allows you to initiate a callback to one of your devices or external number. Let's use the external phone number. Choose an external number from the list and type in your number. Then, press the Call to Record button. Your phone will ring. Wait for a beep and record your new custom greeting. Hang up the call once finished. Wait a second or two. You can review the recording by hitting play, and if it's all good, click Save Recording and then save again. Don't forget to click the Apply Configuration button. We're going to take a quick look at the Settings menu now. The Settings menu lets you upload your personal music for when someone's on hold, switch time zones, create your own custom dial plans. Dial plans can be quite complex, so please feel free to contact us if you need custom dial plans made for a location not yet listed. We've got a simple call flow set up now with a couple of elements. For more complex setups, it might not all fit on one screen. To make it easier to manage, you can create several tabs here. To connect objects across tabs, simply drag and connect them like this. We now have a connection from tab 1 to tab 2. To reverse changes, use the undo function here. The last crucial part to check is the SIP devices menu. Here, you'll find all needed details to link IP phones to the system. You can create new SIP device accounts or pick one from those we made earlier when setting up your user object. Keep in mind that each SIP device account can only be linked to one IP phone. Let's change the device name to something more practical, like John's office desk. For setting up your phone, you'll need the SIP login, password, and server information. Here, you can also change the SIP password, which could be helpful for revoking access from former employees. This completes our MPBX introduction tutorial. We've set up a simple call flow. Video on configuring and connecting an IP phone is available by clicking this link.